Hello Minecrafters, Arctic Shark Games here, coming at you with another Minecraft Bedrock Edition command tutorial. Today's tutorial is going to be on an NPC shop using items as currency. In this example we're going to use diamonds, but you could use any item that you'd like to. This tutorial takes place on 1.20 and I expect it should continue to work past that. Alright, so without further ado, we have a few different examples of NPC shops here, but let's go ahead and start off with the basics. If you guys aren't sure how to get an NPC, we're going to go ahead and do the easy way here, and we're going to go summon NPC, and we're going to do it at my position. So we're going to put 3 of those little squiggles, we're going to hit enter, and I'm going to get an NPC. Then we're going to look at the NPC and pick block it to get a spawn egg. Alright, so now that we have ourselves an NPC, we're going to go ahead and put the NPCs down. And if you guys aren't familiar with NPCs, there's a couple of different sections in the menu here. We have a dialogue where we can type in some words from the NPC, as well as we have a button section where we can set up buttons with actual commands. And then in the advanced settings, we have 3 different options that we can add in each advanced setting. So we can add 6 different setups of commands here. You can run more than 6 commands, but you can run 6 different setups, and you can either do it on button mode when players enter the actual NPC dialogue, or when players exit the NPC dialogue. So for today we're going to be on button mode, and you can see that I have hit add command, and then I toggled it to button mode, and I wrote down some words here. I wrote buy potion, because this example shop is going to be selling a potion. So when we open up the actual commands here, we have a few different examples here. So before we actually run or go through this, break it down, let's just go ahead and actually run the commands and try to buy a potion as a player. So right now my inventory is empty, so I'm going to try to buy a potion, and it's going to tell me I don't have enough diamonds. So it came up with a sound, and it whispered to me and said I don't have enough diamonds. So that is the negative set of commands. So if we go ahead and give ourselves some diamonds, then we can actually purchase this successfully from the NPC. And this went ahead and it took 5 diamonds away from me, and it gave me a potion of swiftness. So this is a basic shop, and this is going to be using just a give command. So you could do any normal item that's not special, no enchanted items, no named items, anything like that. That would be this NPC here. If you have a special item, I'm going to show you an example later on in the video, so stick around. So the first command here that we're looking at in the very top here is /tell at initiator, and then we're opening up some brackets, and we're writing hasitem equals diamond, comma, quantity equals ... 4. So what that means is anybody who has 4 diamonds or less is going to get this message. So for purchasing a potion in my example, it costs 5 diamonds. So for the negative commands, the failure commands, you're going to want to put 1 diamond less than that, ... 4 in my case. So anyone with 4 diamonds is going to get that red message, not enough diamonds. And then the next command is /playsound, and this is mob.ghast.scream. That was that nasty noise that we heard in the beginning. And then it's at initiator, hasitem equals diamond, quantity equals ... 4 again. So that's going to be the same thing. Those are our 2 failure messages. And you're going to want to make sure you run your failure commands, whichever commands you decide to use for your negative series. You're going to want to run those before you run the positive commands. That way you can just clear the items from the player at the end to receive payment. So the third command here is the actual give command, and it's give initiator, hasitem equals diamond, quantity equals 5 ... So anyone with 5 diamonds or more will receive a potion, and then I'm giving them just 1 potion, and the data on that potion is 16, which is what makes it a swiftness potion. And then the next command here is /tell at initiator, hasitem equals diamond, quantity equals 5 ... and that again is 5 diamonds or higher. So the rest of them are all going to be the exact same price that you set for the actual item. And then it says 1 swiftness potion as received, so they get a positive message, and then they also get a sound in the next command. So it's /playsound random.levelup. That's the positive noise. At initiator, hasitem equals diamond, quantity equals 5 ... And then the last command here is the one that actually is going to remove the items from the player as a payment. So it's /clear at initiator has item equals diamond, quantity equals 5 ... diamond with a data of 0 and a quantity of 5. And that is how the basic give system works. You would go ahead and just change all those 5s and 4s for your price if you want to change the price. And then you'd obviously change the message to say your item type. And then you would change the give command to say your item type as well. And you could use that for any type of item you'd like to in the world. As well as you could use any type of currency as well. You just would use a different item equals than diamonds. So now you're wondering, Arctic, well, what do I do if I have a custom item and I wanted to load, like, say, a named weapon or an enchanted book or something special like that? Well, there's a couple of different ways that we can do that. And this first one here, we're going to go ahead and click in here, and we're going to click the buy bow button just like before. And you can see that I've received a custom flame bow, Flame Infinity bow. So it has enchantments as well as it has a name. So the way that I did that is I went ahead and I set my bow up on an anvil ahead of time, and I set up a structure block ahead of time. X equals 1, Y equals 1, Z equals 1, and then I have an offset of 1, and then I made a structure name for the structure, and mine is called NPC underscore bow. Then I set that up to save to disk mode. Then you go ahead and you toss your item down inside of the cube so you can see it floating there. It's also important to make sure you include entities toggled right here. Include entities is toggled, and then once you see your item floating around inside that boundary box there, you're just going to hit save. And that is how you save a structure to load at a player. And then this is one way that you could do this if you only had, like, let's say one item to do or something. This is a good thing. If you're planning on using this video to do like hundreds of custom items and you want to set up your own currency system and all that kind of stuff, I don't really recommend using structures. I recommend maybe using clone barrel load, which we'll go over next. But for now, let's just go over the structure load. So now we're going to go into the advanced settings here. We're again using that button mode, and we're just going to go into the command, and you can see this command is set up very similar to that previous command, except for that my negative commands, those two first failure commands, are 24. So anyone who has 24 or less gets those. And then the rest of my commands are set at 25 diamonds for the bow. So this bow actually costs 25 diamonds. And then you can see in the middle here, the third command is a execute command. So first we have a tell command, then we have a playsound command for the failure messages. And then instead of a give command, we're actually using an execute structure load. So we're going to execute at player in a radius of 5. So that's going to be anyone within 5 blocks of this NPC. Has item equals diamond. Quantity equals 25 or higher in my case. And then we're going to run a structure load. And then it was that same structure name that we just created a minute ago. So mine is NPC underscore bow. And then it's ~, 1 tilde. So that's going to go ahead and load the bow at my position 1 block over where I'm standing, because I'm the player who's near the NPC. And then the rest of it is pretty much the exact same thing again. It's a positive tell message telling me that I received the fire bow, a level up sound, and then it's clearing 25 diamonds from my inventory. So it's pretty much exactly the same. We just swapped that give command out for a structure load command. Alright, and then we have one more setup over here. This one, if you're going to do a ton of custom items, can potentially be the better option. In this case, I set this up for you guys so you can copy paste the commands, and we went ahead and set up a barrel underneath the NPC. So you can see the NPC is standing on this smooth stone, and then we have this barrel here, and this has the custom pre-made bow that I made on the anvil earlier already inside of it there. And then you can see I left one empty block here. This is where the clone load is actually going to go down, so to speak. So that is underneath the NPC right where he's standing, and this is good for, you know, one item for this NPC. If you were going to do multiple items for this NPC, you could stack the barrels down even further and adjust the command to be even lower. So again, we're going to go into the advanced settings here, and we're under the button mode, and we're going to go ahead and do a normal setup as before. Look, of course, we got this slime block cube guy here joining us. Get out of here, slime guy. Alright, so let's get him out of the way so he doesn't distract us here. So now we have the normal tell command with the negative message. So it's again priced at 25 diamonds here. It's ... 24 for the first two negative commands, and it'll be 25 ... for all the positive commands. So first we have ourselves that tell command, and then we have ourselves that play sound command just as normal. And then our third command is a execute command, and it's execute as a player within a radius of 5, has item equals diamond, quantity equals 25 ... So anyone who has enough money at an NPC within a radius of 5, so it's going to choose the NPC closest to them, the one that they're buying it from. It's going to run a clone command, -2 -2 So it's important you put two sets of the same coordinate there, and then it's going to be -3 and that is going to go ahead and clone the barrel that's 2 blocks underneath them, and it's going to put it 3 blocks underneath them on top of where I had that diamond block. Then we have execute as a player in a radius of 5, has item equals diamond, quantity equals 25, at entity type equals NPC in a radius of 5, and it's going to run a fill command 3 blocks below its feet, so it's -3 -3 So that's going to be only that barrel, and it's going to air destroy, so air empty brackets destroy. So that's going to remove the barrel and leave all the items that were inside the barrel, including the barrel, floating. And then we're going to execute as a player within a radius of 5, has item equals diamond, quantity equals 25 ... at entity type equals NPC in a radius of 5, and we're going to run a kill command, and it's going to kill entity type equals item, name equals barrel. And then I just made sure to select right below me just in case. So I did x equals tilde, y equals tilde -3, and z equals tilde. So that's going to kill just the barrel underneath the NPC, the floating barrel that is. And then we're going to teleport all the rest of the items to the player in the next command. So it's execute as a player in a radius of 5, has item equals diamond, quantity equals 25 ... at entity type equals NPC within a radius of 5. We're going to run a teleport, entity type equals item, x equals tilde, y equals tilde -3, z equals tilde, at a player within a radius of 5. So that's just going to take all the remaining floating items, and it's going to teleport them to the player. And then the last command here, or the last two commands rather, are going to be /tell at initiator, has item equals diamonds, quantity equals 25, fire bow has been received. And then unfortunately we jumped off screen here, but we're just going to jump back into this other NPC to show you the final command in that string. And the final command is exactly like normal, the final two commands that is, and you're going to do a playsound command here, /playsound, random.levelup, at initiator, has item equals diamond, quantity equals 25, and that's going to be that positive noise. And then you're going to clear the diamonds from that person, /clear at initiator, has item equals diamond, quantity equals 25, diamond 025. So now I will take all three of these different setups, including this one that was so long that it went off screen, and I will put them into the description so you guys can copy paste them, because those are a little bit complex to type. But as well, feel free to jump into the Shark Commander's Discord if you guys are stuck, and I will also most likely have a thread there with all these typed out, hopefully a little bit easier to read, because I know it gets a little bit jumbled up when we're inside that NPC user interface and it has all the commands listed in one giant pile like that. It's hard to read them as a paragraph. So I know this video is a little bit confusing. And then over here we have one more NPC who's going to be doing the exact type of thing, same type of thing, except for he's going to be using a scoreboard instead of item-based currency. And this guy here, you didn't think I was going to put him in this same video, did you? Did I? No, you got to stick around and subscribe to the channel. And I'm going to throw a link in the description here for a similar video going through the three types: the give command, the structure load, and the clone barrel, but using a scoreboard scores equals rather than a has item equals. Well, as always, if you guys found this video helpful, please go ahead and throw a like and subscribe onto the video. It really helps out the channel, as well as go ahead and jump in that Shark Commander's Discord and keep on commanding.